Hey golfers, Jack Spencer here, Practical Golf for All. Today I'd like to go over again something that I touched on in my first video and it's vitally important. And if you don't really learn anything else from any of these videos that I'm making, I hope you'll take this to heart. And that is finding your own swing. Not Hank Haney's swing, not David Ledbetter's swing, and certainly not the swing a lot of these online gurus where they constantly pound into your head about club face position, club head position, elbow position, knee flex, hip turn and open, how open they are. I firmly believe if on your backswing you transfer your weight properly to your back foot and get this shoulder tilt down towards the ball more than horizontally. On your downswing, if you keep that same tilt in your shoulder and transfer your weight to your front foot, your body will tell you the most efficient way your body type can swing a golf club. You know, Rory McIlroy and I are about the same height. He's, 5'10", he's, late 20s, 160 pounds, on late 60s and 212. Are we gonna swing the same way? No, not gonna happen. If you look at, like the Stadlers, Craig and his son, Kevin, I think's his name, or Brendan DeJong, you look at those guys and their body type, they could never, ever swing a golf club very well if they were trying to drop it way down back and behind them because they couldn't get it around that body. Just a physical fact. So I think if you allow your body to dictate how you can best swing the club, you'll be so much further ahead. And the pure fact of the matter is this is bunk about coming in from way flat on the inside. Go online on YouTube, look at the swing of Jack Nicklaus from the mid-60s to 70s, like in his heyday. John Daly in the mid-90s, Tiger Woods in the year 2000, when his swing was a thing of absolute grace, beauty, and power. In the long drive world, Jamie Sadlowski, now he's been replaced by Cal Berkshire. You look at those guys, their angle on their downswing is not like the gurus will tell you it should be. The gurus are here and they're like here. More or less the club shaft on the aforementioned will bisect the angle here of the inferior border of your deltoid muscle. And the reason being is that's a more freeing motion than this. Like it gives yourself some space to generate power. And I don't want to focus on power here. I want to focus on solid strikes. But the fact of the matter is that those guys I talked about, they were the longest drivers on tour for their age, and the other two are certainly the longest drivers in long drive, pretty much. And the long driver guys, their only job is to hit 1 out of 10 balls in the grid as far as they possibly can. My point being is that you have to allow yourself to swing freely if you want to strike the ball to the best of your ability. I have a little swing thing here. I don't know how accurate it is. It clicks. It should click like just past the ball. And I haven't set it at 1. It's just swing speed of like 110 and above, which is good. Mine's around 115. If I do this from the inside, like really concentrate on getting this puppy down in here and then snapping through, I can make this click. It's probably going to click a little later than it needs to. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on this video, but it's certainly not as loud. So it's like, there, didn't even click. I thought I could make it click that way. There. Okay, so it clicked late, clicked pretty much past the end of my mat, but it did click. If I allow more space for my arms to swing, and I like to hit a gentle fade, I don't know if I do or not, but the feeling I get when I do that is that I'm just coming outside and across the ball ever so slightly. That swing thought for me allows my arms the freedom to release themselves more powerfully. And let's try it here. Yeah, I don't know. Could you hear that click? It's much more pronounced than the first one. And that way, I'm generating about 5 miles an hour more club head speed by allowing my arms the freedom to swing. And I'm getting a better finish and a better balance. So I have my driver, it's set at 10.5 degrees in standard. All these adjustability things and mindset standard and standard. I had it measured, it's about 10.7 degrees, which is pretty much spot on. What this is good for, what these adjustable clubs are good for, if I'm going to do a little tweak, let's say I'm trying to hit a gentle fade, very slight fade, and I'm banana a little bit more than I want to, I can always move this to standard loft, but close the face a little bit, which should help to straighten out the banana and turn it back into a fade. That's what the adjustability of this is for. It's not to correct major swing faults or to ensure that your swing is going to be different in any way, shape, or form. So the important thing is to get into good, consistent positions based on you, not based on me, not based on anybody else, you. Get into good, consistent positions. Make sure that your fundamentals of your shoulder turn and tilt and your weight shift are where they need to be, and then do your swing. I just can't stress that enough. I hate it when I go online, and a friend of mine and I were talking last night. He watches golf videos all the time, more than I do probably. You know, and he was saying, have you seen this such and such, you know, on YouTube? It's, you know, they got these stick figures with these different laser things and showing you this is what the pros do and this is what most amateurs do, and look at the difference and things like that. And you know, what they do, number one, is they'll pick the pro that most closely matches their own thought process. And then they'll pick an amateur that most closely does not match that process and try to set up the contrast that way. If you look, there's a number of different swings on tour. They're getting a little bit more similar because of the level of instruction and how young kids are starting and the availability of all these different tools. But there's still some uniqueness to most people's swings. And I think that trying to turn all of us into a robot is not a very good idea at all. So please, I can't stress this enough. Focus on your tilt and turn. Focus on your weight shift, and then let your body dictate, and your body shape and your own athleticism dictate what your swing is going to be. Once you get that and you get it pretty consistent, if you want to make little tweaks to hit different shots or whatever, that's fine. You should. But always have that base. Always have your go-to base where this is what I know I can do, and this is what I know I can do time after time after time. Do not, please, I beg of you, and I don't get paid for this like those guys do. Do not allow them to influence you to get so far out of your comfort zone that you not only don't get any better, but in fact, you'll probably get worse. Please don't. Thanks.